spoke with Michal Martin, our Taoiseach, a couple of weeks ago, and not just name dropping him now because he's the Taoiseach, but it's relevant to what I'm saying. I get slagged in work over name dropping people from the podcast, but that's a nod to them. But we spoke about, he's very passionate about education, as we are, and we spoke to him about education, formal education around the academic stuff being important, but the social and health and life skills part being as, if not more important, and the development of the child being as important as the academic abilities, you know. But it sounds like Mayfield Community School was trailblazing ahead of his time at the time, and is it still less common for schools to really have a strong social and health part within their curriculum?
Well, I mean, I don't have as much contact with schools these days, but I would say that in fairness, Mayfield Community School wasn't in any way unique at that time, because the team of us that were training in this were spread among various schools and youth organisations across the city and county, and it was being spearheaded by OGRA, the Cork Youth Association. So it was a really innovative, novel project, and it was, you know, expanding. I think they're doing fairly well. I mean, I'm in touch with some groups who are working in schools and communities, and I think they're doing quite a bit. And I think there's a growing language for people to be able to, you know, stay safe and communicate with each other, and the whole issue of, you know, giving consent and making it as a choice and all that. That's a wonderful development that's happening.
Yeah. It's, you're right in what you're saying. And SHEP then, in how it evolved, is can you tell us a little bit about that, because that's a practical support that anybody can actually access, and I know a lot of people that have done that course and all speak very highly of it.
Wonderful. It's 46 years ago since I was doing this, and SHEP is going really strong, and they have trained and enabled so many people in various circumstances, schools, community groups, youth groups, and so on, to develop facilitation skills and to set up groups for communication and listening and meeting each other and so on. It's been a really, really good system. Yeah,
maybe if they're listening, they might give us contact, and they might come on, talk about what they're doing.
Is it just Cork based still, or
Not
is
it?
It's true?
As far as I understand, it's much more widespread than that.
And that just helps. And just to clarify with people, what it helps people to be more connected within themselves.
Personal
development, social connection, communication, all of that.
I know a lot of guys that come from prison do that SHEP course.
A lot of people in recovery do it as well.
That's right.
You know, like we always say here, like addiction is the using of the substance, and the abstinence of the substance is only part of it. It's the personal development is the nuts and bolts of recovery, and if you just put down the drink and you don't do the personal development, whether it be SHEP or therapy that we'll talk about, or 12 steps or whatever, if you don't do that, you're in big trouble down the line. You know, and we all know people that neglect that side of it, and you know the outcomes aren't great.